What's up? It's Mike Singer. After dark. 11:15 p.m. Eastern time. After Notre Dame's win against Miami of Ohio. Listen. J Carr, my boy J Carr, 100% accurate here. He turns into Sweaty Mike when the sun goes down, sort of like when someone turns into a werewolf during a full moon. I go solo. It's late night. I get more of like my diehard crowd. I'm scrolling the chat right now. Andrew Gilmore, Mark with glasses, Jay Carr, Texan D, my boy Devin. Hey, Devin, how about the Reds today, man? How about that Darwin Nunez goal, baby? And Jelly QB, who I just want to know what your name was before you named yourself Jelly QB, because I'm sure I would recognize you, but now you're just the Jelly guy on here. My boy K-Max here. It's the squad. The squad is here. See my boy Mark with glasses. He knows. Like, he dogged me all during my dynasty with Notre Dame on my Twitch stream, Sweaty Mike TV on Twitch. And we're about to play in the college football playoff semifinals. The only problem is I get to play like once every 10 days because I'm so damn busy with this job I have covering Notre Dame. Hey, shout out to Roback. They swagged me out. Hoodie or no hoodie? What hoodie or no hoodie? Wait. Got to throw up the Shamrock with the cord. But you guys don't see it. It's hidden. Right? Don't have to have batteries. It's great. Dude, I haven't played. I didn't mean to click this on. Yeah, my hair is. I got a terrible head of hair. I really do. It's not good. I don't have Tim Hyde hair. Where was this comment? I haven't played Madden in maybe 15 years or something, dog, honestly. TP Adam. What's up, man? All right. You guys already know. I'm going to be live. Look, the thing is, let me pull up my to-do list. I still have another article to do tonight, I think. Yeah. So it's 11:20. Maybe go for an hour, maybe hour and a half. Let me buy you some AAAs, bro. Like it would go out after a week. So I had this where the Xbox controller is, but like, might as well just have it there. It works. And I would go through so many batteries. Why are you and Tim arguing so much? I mean, I don't know, Eric. Just not seeing eye to eye on some things. Oh, we got a call already. No, we don't. Never mind. Bro, imagine if Mike Singer got a low taper fade. Thoughts? I see the first caller. All right, we're going to start off hot. Luis.
What's up, Singer?
What's up, Luis?
All participants are muted.
Sorry, Luis. I actually muted you. All right, Luis. Oh, wait. Hold on. Sorry, Luis. I muted you, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Sorry, man. I accidentally muted you. How are you doing, my friend?
Man, cool, my boy. Look at you with your hoodie on and everything. Looking like you over there in the Eskimos and all that.
How you feeling, man?
Man, boy.
What'd you think about the game?
How am I feeling? I'm a little bit, I don't know, I'm frustrated. You know what I mean? Like, man, like, really, like, there's some times where I'm looking at our offense and we look mediocre. And not only do we look mediocre, but I ain't see no fight on anybody out there except for the young kids. Like, we bring all these transfers because we want them to be fit at Notre Dame, and we have this perspective and Good Samaritan and Junior Boy Scouts and let's go sell cookies to the neighbors type of thing. Man, this is football. If you want some dogs and you want somebody to go out there and show some grit, then we need to get some kids that God knows that we are blessing someone else. And let's bless those kids that love football. Enough with this Good Samaritan kids. And Freeman, I need to see more dog in you, my boy. That's it. Stop playing like let's stop playing this Mr. Nice Guy for everybody. Let everybody like me. Everybody already likes you, my boy. You need to be a dog now, my boy. You need to look at yourself and be like, what am I here for? For what you stand for your color, your skin color, your family, everybody, bro. Notre Dame. And another thing is, we're not putting no respect behind Notre Dame's name. We have all these schools coming in our yard and playing out our field like it's a tutorial system. Like, this ain't no tutorial. This is football. This is Notre Dame football. Let's kick them in the mouth. Let's punch them in the mouth. And let's make them bag their homes and never come back to our stadium. But, we want to look like Christmas trees out there. What's wrong with that?
Luis, you good, dog?
Now I'm just frustrated. I just, fighting our team sometimes, man. And it's like, and then all these fans and everybody that wants this instant gratification that we want to win out. Yeah, we're all like, we all are hungry for some championship. I get that. But that hunger that we want, our players got to have it. Our coaches got to have it. Our administration got to have it. And sometimes, not every kid's a fit at Notre Dame, but once you crack that door open for one of those kids, you're about to change their life. And maybe not only will they change their life, but they'll change the program and have that dogness in it instead of being this good kid and like, how's it going, sir? Like, I get it, man. There's a time to point to be a sir and all that, but there's a time to be some real dogs out there. And I just don't see nobody being no dog out there.
No one?
Well, so the young guys, that's about it.
What about my boy Bo Collins?
But it's like, man, Bo Collins, bro. He needs to get.
Hey, Louis. Hey,
Bo
be
Collins,
careful. Be careful.
No, Bo Collins is probably like the only one that has more heart than some of the other guys that we have. But there's some balls that he dropped that's like, come on, bro. You could sit down on those brows and you could help out your quarterback too. But then again, it's like, I don't know, man. It's just frustrating, Mike. Like, I just see all that. And it's just ridiculous.
I mean, we talking about dogs. I'm looking at Jeremiah Love.
I know. He's a dog, all right. That one's a dog. But those are the young kids. Those are the young ones. But our seniors, our captains, what's the definition of a captain if you're not even acting like one? That's what frustrates me. I see more love on the young guys than anything else. Like, I'm not even lying. I want Riley to be successful because I think that young man stands for all the values that, I get it and all that, right, for this year. But I can't wait to see Mitchie. You see Mitchie walks around with that attitude that, like, give me an opportunity and watch out. On my mom, I'm going to show you what I'm all about.
You get that vibe from Kenny Minchie?
Yeah, I get that from Mitchie and Carr. And Carr's like, man, I just don't want the Carr to be thrown away so easily. But Mitchie has a little, if you see how Mitchie walks and talks, that boy walking like he talking. I ain't going to lie about that.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's just frustrating. Sometimes, like, I hear you and your other buddy, the one that gets all mad, the one that looks like he lives in the dungeon sometimes. That guy, like, I see that you guys are out here and hearing us like vent out and all that stuff, and when we hear you guys vent out and all that, and it's cool because I see like you get where we come from, and you feel our frustration, you feel our anger, you feel our desire. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we knew what we got ourselves into. When a guy hasn't practiced for spring and summer, I mean, it's going to take him some time. And I don't think that our fan base is willing to put up the patience to see Riley develop into that. And I understand that we're not playing for right now. We're playing more for the playoffs. But if we don't play for something right now, we're not going to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
We're not even, I get let's build this guy up, but man, let's throw a bone. And Angeli, I'm okay with Angeli, but I'm not lying. If you look at Mitchie, that boy, and from what I'm hearing, from all the reports that I'm hearing and the little clips that I've seen, the two best arms in our quarterback room are the two young ones. But CJ is just a little bit too young, I feel. But Well, I don't see why we just throw him in a package in there. Throw him on some packages. Let's see what he's made out of. Let's see what Mitch is really made out of. You're not gonna. You're already. It's obvious. It's obvious you don't want Ant and Jelly in there. It's obvious. Okay, move the page. Give him a good package and send him to Troy or Independent State or Penn State or wherever you want to send him. But send him packet already. Get your young guys developed already. Let's start showing some grit out there.
Luis, it's always good to hear from you, man. You better be my first caller every single show, all right?
Oh man, no, for sure, man. Hey, again, much love, my boy. And you look like a little hood over there, even though it's a little bit kind of warm where you live at, I believe.
Always, man. Appreciate you, Luis.
All right, bye.
That guy's the best. Guy's the best. The take, I don't know about like Minchie having that and Carr having that dog. Like, I don't know. Like, when I think about like having that dog in you, it's just like wearing your heart on your sleeve, and like my Bo Collins, like talk your shit, Bo. Bo Collins got that dog in him. Now JD Price, I would also say does, but it's more of a stoic. I don't know if I would say really any of the quarterbacks do. I don't know, but that's fine. It's a quarterback. You don't need to. First ever call-in show. No, this is like the third or fourth. Mark with glasses. You're on the line.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on with you? How was the game?
I listened to your post-game show driving home from the game, and yeah, what a shit show. Big picture, I don't know what this offense is. I don't know what it isn't. Like, there's no doubt Riley Leonard can run, but like, when did the expectations for our quarterback get so low that, just because he can run, that's good enough to compensate all the things that he can't do?
Yeah, I disagree with Tim a lot. But it's weird.
I mean,
but then
Tim's
when you
point,
well, what even was Tim's point?
Well, he's convinced that Riley Leonard is the best option, which remains to be seen. But if he is the best option, I think that's even more alarming, and it reflects even worse on the entire operation, because this is not big program quarterbacking. And I don't know why quarterback position is always our problem, going back for years and years and years, and all these plug and play players, it doesn't work out. But like, I could see what Tim Hyde was saying. It's basically calling and Jelly one read Steve, but like, just nobody's optimistic on how this offense looks going forward. And
So
eyeball test,
you're like
it looks
saying,
like shit.
but you're saying you agree with Tim. But Tim's
No,
larger. But Tim is like loving up on Riley. It's like,
it's like, we don't know, because we've only seen bits and pieces of and Jelly. So he very well could be right, and Jelly could not look the part, but in the little piece he gets, he sure looks good. I mean, but like, everything is so difficult watching Notre Dame's offense, and you flip and watch these other games. I mean, the freaking Manning kid hasn't played barely any, and he's slinging it all over. And you watch Riley Leonard, he's like Tim Hyde said, he's bouncing balls to open receivers, and everything is just too difficult with this offense. 4 games in, I don't know why. I mean, how much do we have to watch before we know this isn't going to end well?
yeah.
And all things considered, he can run great, but we saw that. I mean, Buckner was a great runner, and that was his fallout. He couldn't throw the ball.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, Buckner.
it's
Yeah, Buckner turned the ball over a lot. I mean, Leonard, of course, had the
yeah,
fumble, but I mean,
right.
Buckner accounted for 6 touchdowns against South Carolina in that bowl game. It was just 2 were for the other team. Our buddy Firm But Soft says, imagine a world where a quarterback puts up 300 yards of offense and 2 scores. You complain about it. It's also there's actually 3 scores, but it's just like I talked about this on my show Tuesday with Tim. I feel like our roles have reversed on some of these things, whereas like I would have been in Tim's shoes defending like a Drew Pine or a Jack Cohn or something, and Tim would be yelling at me, but Mike, this is Notre Dame. We don't, throw our pom-poms up in the air and jump for joy when you do okay. Even a little bit better than
So when I was
okay
on,
against Miami of Ohio, coming after some stinkers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, so when I was on last week, I said, this isn't a real life offense. And everyone said, well, are you bitching, 66 points. And I'm like, you have to take into account like
The future, the
your
context.
opponent.
Like, can you do this against
Yeah,
Louisville?
exactly.
Can you
He's
do
got
this against
5
Louisville?
rushing. Yeah, I mean, I'll be the first to admit, things turn around, but we've got 4 games. We've got starting to have a big sample size here. He's got 5 rushing touchdowns the last 2 games, but they're against bad teams. Miami, Ohio hasn't won a game yet.
Yeah.
What are we doing? And when did the expectations get so low for our quarterback? And we've seen this before, with Kelly, he'd win 9-10 games. We get our hopes up, we get destroyed. And that's what this feels like. I mean, even if we manage to win some of these games, this isn't sustainable. He's got last 2 games, he's got more carries than the best running back we've had on our team in years. What are we doing?
How long do you think? Like, Love is the best running back for Notre Dame since what?
I don't know. He's being so misused and underutilized. I mean, I go back, like, we've had some ones like, Greg Bryant was kind of the same way. The guy was amazing. He barely used, but I don't know. I mean, the guy just looks great, and we're giving him 10 carries a game because we've got to justify Riley Leonard being on the field. We have to let him run around because obviously his passing isn't going to.
But
so I don't know. Overall, I'm just frustrated.
Yeah. All right, Mark. Thanks for calling it. Oh.
I was at the stadium. I love to see the booing.
Were you chanting Steve Angeli and then thinking about my my Twitch streams and how you would have been on the opposite? You would have been booing Steve.
I was chanting Sweaty Mike.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, later, bye.
He's the best. So, Ian, I appreciate the glass half full approach here, which I guess now I'm the negative Nancy. I don't know, man. It depends who I talk to. I get yelled at for being a Riley supporter. I get yelled at for being a Riley hater. I get yelled at. People actually are like, think I don't like Angeli. There's a guy on the message board today who was like, oh, man, you're all about Riley Leonard. You don't even like Steve Angeli. I'm like, I literally said to the guy, do you know who you're talking to? Anyways. So to Ian's point here, Michigan won a game with 32 passing yards against a top 25 team. I think we'll be okay. Exception, not the rule. And if Notre Dame can win, if they can go beat Louisville and beat Tech and beat USC at the end of the year, and of course Michigan beat USC with 32 passing yards, then great. If they can run the table, awesome. But I don't know if they're going to be able to. It's going to be tricky. I gotta throw this out. I gotta throw this out here. Listen, it's $1, guys. It's $1. a dull hair, and it's 2 months. Okay? It's 2 frickin' months. All right? Let's go look at the site, okay? I mean, look at all of this content. So much content. I mean, look at all this recruiting coverage, man. Go on the message board. Bro, the message board state Deuce Knight post. I mean, look at the board. The board's bumping. Always is, man. Always is. And it's a buck. Again, it's a buck for 2 months. If you don't like it, cancel. But you'll love it. All right. One doll hair, I'm in. Adam, love it. All right, we're gonna go to Thomas. Thomas, you're on the line. Thomas, if I'm pretty sure on Tuesday you were dogging me in the chat. You were all about whatever Tim Hyde's take was on Tuesday. What do you got to say for yourself, Thomas? You're calling in? It's bold.
Yes. Oh, that's exactly correct. And the reason I'm calling in is because nothing is, as like Holtz used to say, nothing's as good as it seems, nothing's as bad as it seems. Somewhere in between lies reality. And
Okay.
the reality is that you can't bring a team in a Notre Dame stadium. I don't care who your opponent is, whether it's Miami of Ohio or Miami of Florida. You can't come in flat. That's 2 weeks in a row they come in flat, right? There's too much talent on that squad to be in disarray. You're in disarray with, now, according to what I had learned over the last week, is that going back to the Northern Illinois week, the walkthroughs and all that crap, it just doesn't seem like Marcus Freeman has a good handle on what he wants to do with this team. I don't get it. He just doesn't seem. How do you not have your team ready to play, and how do you not have your special teams ready to play? And then they switched snappers in the middle of the game. What is that? That sends a bad message. So I think, what you got to do is you got to take care of the things that you can take care of. The fundamentals. Take care of the fundamentals. I know it's very hard to do a lot of things when your offensive line is banged up a little bit, but it just doesn't seem that it just doesn't seem that you're getting the ball into the hands of the most talented guy on the team. I mean, Jeremiah Love getting small touches again today. Let that dog hunt. Man, is he good. And you got to run downhill with those guys. And, I will give Riley Leonard credit today. He threw about 3 or 4 real nice balls downfield today, which was an improvement, right? But it's just they're not playing together.
Yeah.
If they didn't have a defense, they'd be in real trouble. So you got the defense on which to build, right? And then you go back to the board and you go back to fundamentals, blocking, tackling, finish your plays, and take care of special teams. My God, I don't know what Biaggi's doing, and I don't know what Gino Guidugli's doing as the quarterbacks coach. Some of those balls that Leonard threw that he missed today, those were really bad misses. It's tough to watch, Mike. It really is. So we're all over the board here, but
we are.
If they don't take care of fundamentals, they're in for a long Saturday against Louisville. And then what happens then? If they drop a game to Louisville, so then what do? Do you keep going with Riley Leonard, or do you start getting playing? Because the season, so we're out of the playoffs, right? So what do you do at that point? You got to start developing quarterbacks.
Okay.
You got to already start thinking about next year. I'm sorry to say that, but it's the truth.
All right, you've brought up two things I want to comment on. One, I tweeted about this, and I got so much pushback about how Riley Leonard's downfield passing was improved, and I'm like,
It was.
by the definition of improved, he went from couldn't complete one. I mean, there's the great house drop, and then the terrible pick. Those are the
Right.
two that come to mind. He went from I can't complete one. Again, the great house one doesn't. Yeah, that we'll give that to him. So completed one for the sake of this discussion. Two, completed his first touchdown, had the Evans throw. The throw to Harrison was okay. Harrison could have had it. Like
Right.
it was better. It was better. The Bo Collins one, I guess, like, the DB was grabbing at Bo Collins' hand, so he could only put one out there. That was a good throw, though. So it was better. And then your point too, if they lose to Louisville, then what? Because right now, benching Riley makes no sense to me. It just does not.
It doesn't.
You can go to Angeli anytime you want this season, but like run Riley. Like he's dynamic. Going back to Luis when he called about like having that dog in you, Riley Leonard as a running quarterback, dude, he is a freaking baller. Throwing,
Yes.
not good. Like it's just not
Right.
been good. I mean, but running it, he's a freak.
He is, and so this is it. It's the season's on the line this week, and it's how Marcus Freeman and the coaching staff. I think what they need to do is really circle the wagons, and I mean, I've even thought about this. They got another home game, right? I would take the team Thursday night, and I'd go to Michigan City or New Buffalo and get a hotel room, and I wouldn't come on campus until 2 hours before kickoff. I'm serious. Make it like a road game, because this is the season,
I like it.
and that's how they have to play it. I just think I don't have confidence in Marcus Freeman and as a full manager of the team. I don't think he knows what he's doing. I'm sorry.
Tom, appreciate the call, my friend.
Take care, guys. Be good. God bless.
All right, God bless you as well. Okay, couple comments here. All right, first, Angeli QV, listen, brother, listen. You're gonna drive me batshit crazy. Just go back to whatever your username was before. Like, not because of this comment, but just you're driving me crazy. You've been driving me crazy lately. Just go back to whatever your username was before. Change your shtick. Just you're good. Okay. Now I see firm but soft in here. Texan Goolsby. This is what I texted Goolsby that I was doing the show, and he said I can't do it. He said I can't do it, Michael. I don't like when people call me Michael, but Goolsby has my permission. Andrew Gilmore, going to you in a minute. This in firm, and this is firm but soft. This is ZB Snickers. These are two my I would say real life buddies, even though I haven't met these guys yet. But these are buddies of mine, and so optimistic. Like a win is a win. We don't need any other context. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Let's hear from my friend Andrew Gilmore. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, Mike? How are you, buddy?
Let's see. It's 11:46. I'm chilling. Back's hurting a little bit.
Dude.
USF lost by 35 points, which sucks.
I wanted to
I'm a grad.
Comment on that though. Like I think their coach is a good coach. I mean, they played really hard in the first half.
Yeah. Golish is a baller. Hold on, let me do something real quick for everyone. I think I can go. Give me a second. Let me cook.
Nice. Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, we're back. Sorry, guys. I know you couldn't hear me. I messed up. I messed something up. It's a terrible operation over here. All right. Talk to me, Andrew. Sorry about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so I'm probably more of a glass half full with Leonard, although I agree with you, man. His passing is just there's no defending it. But my question for you, just because you're so plugged into recruiting, is it seemed like pretty much during the season last year, they had sort of targeted Riley Leonard as a guy that they wanted to potentially bring in for the transfer portal. My question to you is, like, did they think he was a guy capable of running a pro style offense? Because, like, that's been my biggest frustration with this whole thing is, like, I actually think that, to your point, like, he's a sick runner, and I think there's something here with Riley Leonard. Like, if you put him in the right offense, like, I think about, like, Gus Malzahn, or I don't know if you know anything about Willie Fritz, but he was like the old Tulane coach who's now in Houston. He run like a spread option offense, but like he would be awesome in that type of offense. But like the idea that they would put him in like sort of a quasi pro style offense, like I just think it's just bizarre to me. And so my question is, like, does Gino Guidugli bear any blame at all? Like did he think that Riley Leonard was like a pro style quarterback? Like, and I just would love your opinion on that.
I don't think Leonard was a Gino call. I think it was more of a like an organization call. I really do.
Gotcha.
I do, yeah. And
yeah. But do you agree with where I'm coming from?
Dude,
like,
I said the same thing. I said the same thing tonight. I said it before. Like, is this what they expected? Like, are they like, yeah, 16 to 25, 150 yards? Like, his passing yards. Let me let me pull it up.
It's like he seems like the perfect quarterback for Gus Malzahn. You know what I mean? A guy who just is going to run it constantly and then make one read, throw it. Like he doesn't seem perfect for what they're doing. I think they're just asking too much of him. He's not. He's like essentially a third running back on the team.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, he's averaging 147 yards per game on 103 attempts. So that's just over 25 attempts per game. What's the yards per attempt here? Someone do that math for me. 103 attempts, 587 yards. I mean, yeah, that's what, not even 6 yards attempt. That's not.
No. It's not horrendous, but it's not good by any means. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I don't want to be seen as some Riley Leonard hater. Like, I think I'm just kind of calling it like it is.
No,
folks, if you think that those are good numbers, then what the hell do you think? Like, I don't know. But again, running the ball. Now, when we go down to running the ball, the dude's, I mean, he's balling out. He's balling out.
My other question to you is, who's in charge of rotating the running backs? And the reason why I ask is J.D. Price really that bad at pass blocking that Devin Ford, a guy who was at one time the 5th running back on the team and was going to play strong safety or whatever they were going to put him at as a backup, that he has to play that much? Like, I just think, like, I don't know, this is my opinion, that the running back rotations are kind of just bizarre. Like, because like you want to have Love and Price in the game so much, and even if like Price is in the game to block, with a quarterback like Leonard who scrambles, like that makes you an automatic receiver when someone scrambles. Like, and so my question to you is, like, do you agree with the running back rotation, and what, like, what's the deal here? Like, I mean, does Devin Ford really demand to play this many snaps? And yeah.
Okay, couple thoughts. I guess like his pass blocking is so good that he does demand it. Now, oh wait, but hey, by the way, Maltavius, appreciate the $5 super chat, hoodie mellow. Great hat, by the way, on your boy there. Love that hat. I'd wear one on the show. Maltavius, appreciate the super chat. I'm sorry I missed that like 6 minutes ago, brother. So there's that aspect. And then yeah, Dealin does the running back rotations. And then he plays a lot of running backs. That's just his thing. It's a recruiting pitch to get guys, say, hey, you're gonna play, which Aeneas Williams playing a lot of football. Redshirt is about to, in 2 more games, his redshirt's gone. So it's a recruiting pitch. It's a way to keep all of his guys involved in the room, not pouting. Like I've been told that like the recruits, when they're pitched by Dealin, say that like every guy in that room has a role. They have a role to play. And, and it might not be getting a ton of reps or snaps, I should say. And like Kedron Young is not playing a ton, but he's playing a role in that running back room, whatever that specifically looks like. I don't know. It helps get the guys in the program. I think it helps keep the guys in the program, but that it's all nice. But like Jeremiah Love. I mean, I love JD Price, but like Jeremiah Love has to get the ball more. Like it's and like I love running Leonard, but
doesn't he have to
shoulder, man? I don't know.
Well, doesn't Jeremiah Price have to learn how to pass block if he's gonna play in the NFL? Like that's the other thing that I think about. You know what I mean? It's like that's cool that Devin Ford knows how to pass block, but at some point, aren't these guys going to Notre Dame not only just to go to Notre Dame, but to play in the NFL? So that's why I feel like it's too much subbing going on. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah,
I don't know.
But hey man, really, dude, you're one of the hardest workers. Love you and Tim and then the Goolsby show, man. So really appreciate it. So,
Andrew, appreciate all the support, my friend.
You're a good man. See you, Mike. Have a good night.
All right, you too. The queue is now empty. This is kind of one of those things that's a little bit of an ego hit. A little bit of hit to the ego, and you're like, all right, I'm doing a call-in show. And then no one's calling in. Tom, Andrew, we were sitting there for a while. Goolsby show will be lit. Yeah, Goolsby was just texting me. Mark, I'll take your call, brother. You can call back. Yeah, Goolsby's excited for the show tomorrow night. I'm just seeing if. Hey, by the way, how about James Rendell, man? Everyone wants to talk about the punter. I don't know. You're not called in, ZB Snickers. I'm looking at my queue. You're not. No one's there. Just hang up and call again. Several people call in. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't work for some people. I don't know. What was I just saying? Oh, Goolsby. Was I talking about? Oh no, Rendell. I do not watch the punter. When it's time to punt, I start working. I might watch a TikTok. I don't think I've watched a single punt from James Rendell. I just don't pay attention to the punters. He could have done great. He could have done terrible. I just don't care. I don't care about the punters. Oh man. There's a comment. Called back in. Oh, okay. All right. Now we got 4 calls queued up. I think this is Nick. Nick, is this you? Hold on. Oh, hold on. Nick, is that you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up, Nick?
All right. Well, I do want to say Michigan beat USC with 32 passing yards. So,
like,
at the end of the day,
Really?
at the end of the day,
That's like the all right. Well, then let's just do that then.
I think you're pretty spot on with your analysis of like, look, there's a lower ceiling.
There's levels of this shit, dog. There's levels of this shit.
Yeah, there's a lower ceiling with Leonard on passing, but a very high ceiling on running with him.
Yeah.
And if I just had to create a theory as to why maybe Marcus Freeman might have just said, I want that guy on my team to be my quarterback versus, maybe going to Angeli or Minchie. I think the thing is that he looked at how last year's team worked out, and we thought we had wide receivers, but then we didn't really have wide receivers. And then you only have a QB that stands there and throws the ball, and it made things really tough. You see where I'm going with that? Like, well, it's like worst case scenario, he can still be an athlete. He's a really good athlete at quarterback. If I had to create a theory, that's what my theory would be. I don't know why. But, my biggest disappointment with him at quarterback is his lack. It's kind of counterintuitive. Most QBs that like move around and run are also great scrambling passers, right? That just kind of like goes hand in hand. Don't you think? Like most of those guys, like it kind of goes hand in hand. But as soon as he gets off of his base of like feet, he's not a very accurate passer. But when he's on his base, I feel like he is, So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think the season's still there. The season that everybody wanted at the beginning is still there to have.
Yeah.
We can go 11-1, make the playoffs, and it's just about winning. It's just about winning games. See how many games you can win after that.
Yeah. I feel like there's this. This is where a lot of the vocal fans are on Leonard. They're down here, and then you got ZB Snickers is like up here on the vibes, and I keep bouncing between like here and here. I'm here on a passer. I'm here on a runner, but then I kind of drop back down because I'm like, do you keep running him? He's gonna get hurt. Knocked on wood. So I keep like bouncing between I'm leaning optimistic. I'm leaning pessimistic. I feel like I'm just flopping like a politician on the whole thing. But any other thoughts, my pro Fortnite friend? When are we gonna play soon, bro?
What do you say?
When are we gonna play again?
Oh boy, I don't know. I need some new joysticks. That's what I need. Yeah. Anyway,
what your last controller broke because of your cheats weren't working or something? You broke it.
Yeah, and then I got a scuff, and then I was like, I don't really like this. I've never liked them. I've never liked scuffs. So.
Anyways.
Yeah. I'm thinking here like. I don't know how many people I have nothing to do in life, so I watched all the film breakdown that Goolsby does, and I do want to say the reason why I am optimistic is because Leonard looks like a guy in the pass game only knows like half of every play. That's what I'm seeing when that's kind of my feel of it. And that's actually that's easy to resolve. That's just that's just like studying up. You know what I mean? Like it's easy to learn plays and learn like, oh, I'm supposed to maybe wait a little bit longer on this play, that play, like whatever. That's not hard to fix. And I think as you saw today, he dropped in some beautiful passes when he wasn't getting pressured. which our offensive line has a lot of problems. And I really don't think everybody who's calling for Angeli is going to get the answer that they want, because I think Angeli's just going to get sacked. I'm not saying Angeli's bad. I just think Angeli's going to take a lot of sacks. And those are drive killers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I stand. I think Riley's the best option.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here thinking the bad isn't as bad as what I think some people are making it out to be. There's definitely a chance for improvement. I don't think I would be way more nervous. Let's just say we had the same record. I would be way more nervous if Riley Leonard had thrown a pick each week, right? Or you can say we were 4-0. I would be more nervous if he had been throwing picks, one pick every week. That, to me, that's like a ticking time bomb of when's this guy just going to he's making bad decisions. When is this just going to implode on him? So he's only had 1 week where he's thrown interceptions. Just bad. I mean, just late on Great House, and then just 15 yards underthrown. I don't know what happened. So to me, it's he's not ruining games for us by just making repeated bad decisions.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So there you go.
All right, Nick. Appreciate your calling in, man.
All right. Appreciate it. See ya.
He's a good dude. I like Nick a lot. All right. So far, 47 minutes in, every call we've taken has been from someone who's already called in before. Actually, except for him. That was his first time calling in, but I know him. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the queue. We're at 47 minutes in. Back starting to hurt. We'll see how many of these calls I can get to, but we're gonna 317 who just is calling in right now. I'm not gonna be able to take you. I'm just gonna go with the 6 queued up. So 317 calling in. I'm gonna deny. I'm gonna reject your call. It's actually not letting me. So there you go, 317. All right. Let's go to 815. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Do you know who this is?
J-Car?
Correct.
What's up?
I want to get your opinion on what Tim said earlier.
This is J-Car, right?
So this is.
Okay.
So Tim said earlier, this is going to be a team that has to eke out and gut out wins, correct?
Yeah. I think so.
I don't know how that is correct. They need to do that. I don't see them doing that. Freeman is too inconsistent of a coach. He's up and down. He's proven in the past he can't eke out wins. We've seen they should have beat NIU. They couldn't eke it out. They lost. They should have beat Ohio State last year. Couldn't eke it out. They lost. They couldn't do it against Stanford. So they barely did it today. I mean, I guess I wouldn't count today, but the point still stands. So you're expecting him to eke out what? Let's just say at least 3 wins. Let's say the service academies are going to be easy wins. Let's say they play a couple tough games. I just don't see it. The coaching is too up and down. The team's play is too up and down.
So to back 100%. So you're saying they're just not going to be able to bat 100% eking out wins. That's kind of your point.
Yeah, they're going to lose. If they get in a game like NIU, they're not going to win it. I don't trust it. We've seen this for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So I get his point. They're going to play tough. They're going to get out wins. They're going to get in those games and lose.
Yeah, they already had one where they
3
didn't
years.
do that. Yeah.
So, yeah, pull up the schedule. I'm looking at the screen. Louisville's going to be a tough. I don't think they're beating Louisville. I don't think they are.
I'm so excited to have Goolsby on the show and ask him about the whole Notre Dame afternoon
Georgia
games.
Tech will probably be a closer game than it should be. Stanford played pretty well against Syracuse, so we'll see what that happens, what that is. Florida State, I actually think they'll beat Florida State. It's a night game. I think they'll be okay there. But like Georgia Tech is going to be a game that I think, and like if it's close, they're going to choke it and lose. And then Virginia will be fine. That's senior day. So I mean, I could easily see them losing next week and then losing to Georgia Tech.
So
Which
like,
brings me to the
go ahead.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
So, which brings me to the point of I just never understood I think Freeman is burying himself by not playing the young guy. If he would have played a young guy this year, I think the fans would have been like, okay, we're not expecting we're also like here's a tinfoil hat theory actually about the quarterbacks. I think he bought in to like the year 3 I have to win a title or like I have to make a deep playoff run. I think he bought into that, and that's why he went and got a portal quarterback. I don't think he would have been like, oh, it's year 3, we're developing a quarterback. I think he felt like pressured
That he had to win. Yeah, you got to win this year. Yeah.
I think he bought into that too much. He should have came out and said, we have 3 talented quarterbacks on this team. We're going to see who can win. And yes, Andrew, I do agree he needs an extension, which he should have got year 2, but he screwed up losing those 3 games. So he screwed up. He screwed up by tying his fate to these portal quarterbacks. I didn't disagree with going and getting Sam. I thought that was an okay move. But this year, I thought that this was a bad move.
Okay. So if you stay with just your 3 quarterbacks and you don't get Riley Leonard, like, okay, you got Steve. I mean, you guys know I love Steve. But does the staff love Steve? If they did,
because
they wouldn't have gotten Riley Leonard, right?
So no, correct. They passed him up twice. But the whole point is they're going to end up 9-3 and 10-2. Can Kenny Minchie be 9-3, 10-2 with this defense and this team? Yeah.
Can he? Like that. So this is the thing about Kenny.
I think he can.
We have seen him in a spring game and Purdue. Otherwise, it was senior high school film. We know nothing about Kenny.
I think the team is just talented enough. He can win 9 games. I think every quarterback on this team can win 9 games.
So yeah, in hindsight, if you were going to say before the start of the season, hey Marcus, you're going to win 9 games, no matter what quarterback you pick, you would have gone with CJ. You would have gone with CJ, but you don't know that going into it. You think you're going to go undefeated. So, but I hear you. JK.
I still think he bought into. I think the pressure of because that's all people talk to him. If you watch that Peacock documentary, they're like, "Oh, year 3, you got to compete for a title." He should have just said, "You know what? We got our guys. We're going to develop. We're going to build." But Andrew is right though. He needed that extension because he screwed up in year 2 by shitting the bed against Clemson and Louisville and blowing Ohio State.
This is a family-friendly show, man. Can you watch your mouth?
Crapping.
All
right. I'm gonna call.
Thanks, all right, JK. Appreciate you, man. Bye. Year 3, it's tough because like new AD, new president. Year 3, lots of expectations. Your defense has Ben Morrison, X Watts, Howard Cross, Riley Mills. Now I know, Mills and even Cross a little bit not performing like you might want, but like on paper going into the year, it's like Kaiser to lead the linebackers, like a young defense looks stacked. Offense, great running backs, Mitch Evans, good tight end room, right? Like you got an improving receiver room. Like receiver room is. You guys knew I'm not as big of a fan. This has been this discussion point has not really been happening because of the injury. But I mean, how many snaps did Faison play today? I'm not as big of a Jordan Faison fan as a lot of you guys are. I'll have to see the snap counts, but I mean, he went 2 for 12 against A&M, nothing today, and then he botched the punt return. I'm not a so, but even with that, receivers, Bo Collins, feel like you finally got your a number one receiver for the first time in a few years. Like Jaden Thomas is a good serviceable player. Jaden Harrison is looked good. Great house is great house. But the game of football is something that you rely on each other. Your receivers can't do anything. If the quarterback's not getting the ball, their quarterback can't get the ball to the receivers. If the offensive line's not blocking, it goes in a circle. It goes in a circle. We'll go on to Dynasty. We'll go to you after this one. We are going to 707. 707.
Hey,
What's your name,
can you
man?
hear me? My name is George.
George, what's going on, man? Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Rochester, Indiana.
Love that. What's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Yeah, I'm not going to be as pessimistic as
All right, I
some
like
of
it.
the previous callers.
Okay.
Now I was at the game. It was hot, and it was frustrating, especially the first half. Riley Leonard missing those easy pitching
Optimistic.
catches
Keep it optimistic.
and everything. I am. But progress was made. They could have, it's been known that we've had some problems with these MAC schools for the past few years. And we got beat by one earlier this year. Well, actually twice because they lost today. But, getting over that, they grinded out that win despite all of the missed throws and everything, so, and Riley Leonard, he showed that he could hit those passes if he has the time, and we have to remember that he missed spring, right? He missed spring practice, coming up. So, the game is kind of like slowing down for him, hopefully. He's running. He's taking hits. He's breaking tackles. He's scoring touchdowns, running. He scored his first passing touchdown today. He had a beautiful, couple beautiful deep balls. So, but we got Louisville coming up, and they have been the bane of my existence, along with the MAC, ever since Coach Free, took the helm. But progress was made despite, the missed passes and everything. They grinded it out. We got a 25-point win. Take the win. Watch the film. Come back and get ready for Louisville. Because Louisville will always be ready for us. For some reason, they're always there. We held them to 3. We've held these 4 opponents to less than total of 50 points.
Yeah.
40 points. So we have the defense. We just have to get that offense up to they have to progressively improve. So I would like to see Riley Leonard, if he can throw for over 220 yards maybe and 2 touchdowns.
That'd be
2
just bold.
passes. That would be great. But I am going to be more positive than a lot of the previous callers. So,
all right,
that is what I have to say. So,
George, I appreciate you calling in, man. I'm going to talk about your points here in a second.
Yep.
George, thanks for the call. Okay, so let's be pessimistic, let's be optimistic. Passing game can only go up from here. We're going Dynasty, and then we're going 574, and we're going to end with Eric, my boy Eric from Utah. I think 801's Utah. Okay. All your goals are ahead of you. Riley just played 2 games since the The report from On Three and Blue and Gold about his shoulder, his left shoulder. It seems to be holding up. If the passing game just gets better, gets more rhythm, right? He missed spring ball, all this stuff. All right. He gets rolling a little bit. Maybe Faison comes along. Passing game is rolling. The defense has given up one touchdown against A&M, two against Northern Illinois. All right, so it's 3. Got 1 against Purdue, 4. 4 touchdowns through 3 games. And then what was the final score today? Yeah, 4 touchdowns, 28-3 today. So 4 touchdowns in 4 games. I mean, the defense is going to play. So you still do have all of these, your goals ahead of you. Why don't you like Faison? I like Faison. I just don't like him as much as everyone else does. I think he's a good receiver. I think he's like a really good number 3-4 slot receiver. He's quick, but people talking about Faison is your deep threat. I don't think so. I just don't think that's his game. Just I think he's just a good slot receiver. That's just me. It's just me. Who did I say I was going to next? Dynasty, what's up, baby?
Hey, what's up? Long-time listener, second-time caller.
What's up, my friend? You crack me up, man. Every time, every single show I look over, Dynasty goes, are we getting a post-game Sweaty Mike TV stream? What's up, man? What's on your mind, Jacob?
So, I know I watched the game just like everybody else, and it wasn't pretty. We pulled away, but I think something that we forget is that we're expecting this polished product on the field by game 4, but our head coach is not a polished product. And this guy is changing the whole culture in this university. I was talking to my brother earlier, talking about, Kelly would have had, 50-year seniors on the offensive line and just all of these experienced players and wouldn't cycle in with the youth, where Freeman is just the guy's playing freshmen. He's just playing people that can ball out. And it's such a different change of things. And I know the game wasn't good, but if you were just scrolling through and you saw Ohio State winning 28-3, you'd be like, "Oh, Ohio State won." If you saw, Miami winning 28-3, you'd be like, "Yeah, Miami won 28-3." But Notre Dame wins 28-3, and we're like, "Well, you know what? Does Freeman file for unemployment, or do we just pay him out a fat paycheck?" And it's just we won 28-3. It wasn't pretty, but I think Riley Leonard got some swag today.
Yeah. If Riley stays healthy, got to keep knocking on wood. If he can stay healthy and they can at least test defenses, right? Throw some deep balls. I'm good. It's not going to be a sexy, Georgia team that's just dominant. It might be more grinded out like Michigan last year in their asterisk title. But, who knows? It won't be pretty offensively, but if they can run the football, right? Control time of possession, just be a little throwback team like Michigan was last year. Maybe. And the thing is, dude, Riley's got some shit to him. Running ball. Can we see that sweet looking ND shirt? Yeah, it's rollback, dog. It fits great. And this is a size down, and this it fits great on me. It's just sick. Roback just sent this to me. Yeah, Roback's the shit, man. We have some cool sponsors, man. I'm blessed with our sponsors, but anyways, what else you got, Dynasty? Anything else?
You know what? You're going to be a dad soon, man. You might want to ask them for the next size up going forward, because probably going to put on some LBs with that kid coming.
Bro, I've been putting on LBs for a while. Dude, yeah. I went to see Noah Grubbs yesterday. Oof, that was a tough game for him. And on my way, like, out of the game, I went and stopped at Wawa. If you know, you know, and I got, what'd I get? A cheesesteak and, like, a hot honey chicken wrap. By near the like, halfway through the honey chicken wrap, I was like, "What the hell am I doing, man? I gotta eat better, man. I gotta eat better." Damn.
When your kids like 8, 9, you'll start eating better. But when your kid's like 3 or 4 and you get chicken nuggets and there's like a couple nuggets left over, you're just gonna house them, dude. You're just there's gonna be food left over. You're just gonna eat it.
Yeah.
But anyways, getting back to Notre Dame.
I do,
Yeah,
guys.
you know
Sorry.
what?
No, not getting back to. Hold on, Dynasty. Hold your crap. Jermaine, I saw you were trying to call in. I got to go to bed soon. But if this was you commented on something recently, Jermaine, and it was so condescending and talking down, like, I thought I banned you. It was so bad, bro. I guess I didn't. Maybe I was in a good mood. This guy, Jermaine, you tell me if I'm remembering incorrectly. Jermaine was like, "You guys don't know anything. What are you talking about?" I was like, "Damn." It's like, "Damn, Jermaine." Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it wasn't you. Real quick, I forgot about this comment. 1.4 million for a quarterback who can't throw a simple arrow. Okay, well, one, he can throw that. This offense was Hitch City today. But I see a new number every single tweet. One time it's 1 million, then it's 1.2, then it's 1.4, then it's 2 million. Where do you guys come up with these numbers about what Riley is making? Does have nice bicep. Damn, Chad. But anyways, on the diet, like, you have kids, Dynasty? I've probably asked you this 50 times. I'm guessing you have kids.
I got 2 boys, man.
What are their ages again?
21 and 14.
How old are you?
Dude, I'm in my 40s, man. That's why I don't play Fortnite. I'm too old for it. I'll watch you play NCAA, but Fortnite, man.
How old were you when you had your first kid?
23, I think.
Damn, young. Okay.
You know what though? You know what the great thing is though? Now I'm my age, like my kids are much older, and they take care of themselves, man. I just make sure the fridge is full of food, and the youngest gets to school. Otherwise, like my Saturdays, I got 2 TVs set up in my living room, man. I watch 2 games all the whole day. I spend watching college football, playing video games because my kids are older.
I will have to say my Twitch crowd, right? Your Firms, your Adams, your J Car, your Mark with glasses, Dynasty. I, tend to have a little bit of favor towards you guys. And I've been seeing Dynasty in my YouTube or my Twitch chats forever. I would have no idea you're in your 40s, dog. Yeah, I thought you're like 25 or something. You're like, Mark says 40s ain't old, but I know it's definitely not. But just, I don't know. I definitely did not take you as in your 40s. But I'm hoping that I take a lot more walks, right? Like 2-3 times a day, go for a walk. Because I do love walking. I just have to force myself to walk. And if I have a little baby and, get that sweet little girl in the stroller, and hopefully, maybe it's wishful thinking. All right, real quick. What else you got, Dynasty? You got 2 more callers lined up. We got Brian and Eric.
Here, man. Just real quick, Freeman's not a polished product, man, and I think he's still got a ton to learn. He's making all these changes in the university. The guy's still going after Juice Knight. I hope we get him. I heard the Auburn coach made a pretty bad comment post game about he basically threw his coaches under the bus, and then one of the old coaches threw him under the bus. So I hope we get Juice Knight. But long story short, man, Freeman's still learning on the job. I wish he knew more. I really wish the dude was mentored by like Nick Saban or something like that, but he's figuring it out. But I think we all wish that he was further along than where he is right now, man.
Yeah.
Well, I love the guy. I hope he stays in Notre Dame. Hope it works out. But man, I feel like maybe he should do a little bit less running, a little bit more studying the playbook and stuff like that.
All right, Dynasty. Appreciate you, brother.
Bye.
Good dude. Get on the Goolsby grind. Listen. I have this whole thing. I'm talking to Jermaine. He says this is my first time commenting on the show. Because he just said singer ticket. Are you sure? I was just trying to scroll. I was looking for your all right, maybe I'm misremembering, but no, I can't take your call, Jermaine. I got 2 more and then I'm going to bed. Actually, that's not true. I gotta go work. We're going, Brian. What's up, Brian?
Hey, Mike, how you doing, man?
Now we got a 574 from a guy named Brian.
Coach?
Coach?
We do.
Coach?
Yeah. And no, not coach, but local guy over here with Notre Dame. So I've heard, I listen to the show all the time.
Okay.
Thank you. I guess my biggest thing is we all us Notre Dame fans, right? We're all passionate. I'm sure you see that dealing with the fan base. But my question is talent evaluation, right? That to me is the biggest thing. Like a lot of us Irish fans complain about what Brian Kelly did when he would bring in a quarterback, when that said quarterback, the starter, wasn't doing well. We would bring in a backup. We'd all complain. Right now we're in a similar situation, right? We now difference is NIL era, right? We go after a guy like Riley Leonard. Again, I'm more of a realist, at least I'd like to think I am. When we look at stats at what he did at Duke, I don't know what Notre Dame fans were expecting to change, but now we sit back and go, well, we need to change quarterback. We need to change quarterback. Why aren't we? Right. And I guess I kind of look at it beyond that and I go, where is the talent evaluation on the offensive side of the ball when it comes to Notre Dame? Like, why are we always in a regurgitated conversation about the talent on the offensive side of the ball? So that's my question to you as a recruiting guy, right? When you look at and evaluate talent, right?
Let's narrow it down even further, Brian. Let's talk about the offensive positions. Are you saying that at running back? No. Are you saying that at tight end?
Nope.
Offensive line. So
No.
you don't even need to lump into the entire. It's 2 positions. It's quarterback and receiver.
This is exactly correct. And I would also say, I've watched some of the all 22 on the receiver play this year. Right. I'm one of these nerds that do that. But listen, we can all.
How does everyone and their mother is getting this all 22?
I know you guys say this, but us nerds do this.
Well, where are you getting your all 22, Brian?
I mean, Goolsby presents the all 22.
Oh, so you're watching Goolsby's all 22.
Well, Goolsby was on your show first, right? Introduced me. So again, I don't take that as gospel, Mike. But
okay, we're having 2 different conversations, Brian. You're not picking up what I'm putting up, but you just keep going.
I know, but again, I'm not saying that the receivers are always not open, right? My bigger thing is, I think what a lot of us Irish fans think about is the quarterback position, right? We can all split hairs here, but when we're in the NIL era, right, I just don't think a lot of us Irish fans want to go. We need to be in a situation where we're trying to develop a quarterback, right? If we want to develop a quarterback, throw Angeli in there.
Yeah.
Right. He's going to be there this year and next year. Why are we trying to develop a guy? Right. I just don't. I guess that's where it's maddening to me, Mike. I don't understand that. Again, maybe I'm crazy, man. I just don't understand the talent evaluation on the quarterback position at Notre Dame. I don't get it. And I'm hoping you can answer this.
Okay, so yeah, people are talking about the all 22. I'm just like, so in my line of work, I would love to get your hands on all 22 access. And I know there's different people you can like pay to get it from, but I don't want to do that. I ain't paying them.
Well, and again, right.
But like if you guys are just saying you're watching it on Goolsby's Patreon, that I'm talking about like getting it from someone like the direct, but that's what I meant. Anyways, I don't have an answer for you. I don't.
Well, no, I guess my question for you, Mike, would be, what do you see? Right? Like, what do you see from the quarterback play? If we split aside, right, like, what do you see as a recruiting guy with talent evaluation on the quarterback position?
So we talking post Freeman being head coach?
Absolutely.
Okay. So he inherited Angeli. 23. I mean, it's Minchie, Takar, the night question mark to Grubbs. Like
Right.
on paper, very good. You know? So
But you said everything but Riley Leonard.
oh yeah, I was just thinking high school. And then yeah, Hartman and
Well,
and,
no, for sure. But like, as you as you're a recruiting guy, when you look at the offense this year, I know all of us as callers are going to go, man, that Riley Leonard's not doing this and doing that. Fair, right? But why are we as a program trying to develop a senior quarterback the fourth game in the year? That's what I don't understand, Mike. I don't understand why we're trying to develop a guy we're paying to come and fill the position at Notre Dame as a quarterback. I don't understand it, man.
especially if Goolsby was right in that they could have had Cam Ward. So
And maybe that's fair. But I guess that's what's maddening to me, Mike. That's what's maddening is we can go in circles with this offensive conversation, right? But at the quarterback position, it's, come on. We all watched the game today, right? We all watched the game today. There were ducks thrown all over the field. I mean, it's insane to me.
yeah.
But nobody wants to talk about Angeli and putting him in there because I don't get it. The same individuals that argue about that topic were the same individuals that talked about Brian Kelly putting in two quarterbacks in a game, trying to find a spark, somebody that would do something. Yet in the NIL era, we bring a guy like Riley Leonard, who we all knew his stats from at Duke. There was no secret there.
Yeah.
And he's doing the same thing.
I got nothing to add, dude.
I just hope that us as a fan base kind of looks at this and goes, yeah, I'm a Freeman. I like Freeman. I like what he's doing. But at some point, this guy has got to make a decision, right? You cannot, you bring in Denbrock to run an offense. And then what are we doing? Why are we still riding this? Why? Who the hell is looking at talent at the quarterback position at Notre Dame and going, this is the better choice? I don't know, Mike. I guess that was my question to you is that, what is the offensive staff at Notre Dame seeing in Riley Leonard right now that defines their outlook as the season goes and goes, this is the better choice? A good defense is going to shut him down.
Yeah.
When a MAC defense gets colluded up the middle and shuts him down a couple times, what do you think a good defense is going to do? We all know that.
I get falling in love with the dynamic nature of him as a runner after having,
But I don't think you do. I think that's what I think, though. You don't fall in love with that, just like I don't. I think a lot of us don't.
I'm saying I think they did.
Why, though? What was attractive about that? We all saw the numbers coming out of Duke. Yeah, he put on a hell of a performance. We played him last year. But it's like finding a pretty girl at the bar. It's
I don't know.
I
think they just liked him ever since that Duke game. And I think that was, and then he wanted to enter the portal and he wanted to, before he entered the portal, he knew he was going to Notre Dame. It's just, that was one of those things. I'm just pulling up his Duke stats here.
Yeah.
What the hell just happened here?
And I'll add why you're pulling those stats up. Us as Irish fans cannot get upset when we're going into the portal and we're pulling fourth or fifth year guys that are not getting drafted.
Yeah.
Again, that's why I dial back to the talent evaluation. Why can we turn on a game on a Friday night and watch a quarterback swing the ball over the yard? I don't get it.
That 2022 season, if we're just going to call 2023 pretty much a wash, right?
And it was
2022. Yeah. He averaged 228 yards per game.
Passing?
Yeah.
The scheme was really good, though. Would you agree? I haven't went back and watched all the film of 22, but the scheme was really good. really, I guess the breakdown of that would be how many of those passes were over 15 yards, or how many were the athletic plays?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm not the guy to
Again,
ask on that.
I know. I think a lot of Notre Dame fans, and maybe I'm crazy, feel this way. It's like us as Notre Dame fans feel we should be able to get out and get a Cam Ward or this or that or this. And yeah, but why aren't we? Right? Notre Dame fans last year, we brought in Sam Hartman. After the second game, Notre Dame fans, besides themselves, couldn't understand it. It's a fifth-year guy that didn't get drafted, guys. What the heck were we expecting? There were going to be things that's why I dial back to the coaching staff at Notre Dame right now. Like, where is the evaluation? How many position groups are we going to continue to blame it on before we all go, man, we can't get it figured out with the quarterback? And you have Angeli back there, who was, by the way, was that I think it was the early third quarter. That guy sitting on the sideline with his helmet on, ready to play.
Yeah, he's standing next to Freeman.
Yep. And I'm not saying Angeli is going to be the savior of Notre Dame, but that guy wants to ball, man. He wants to get in there and throw the ball and play. Some point in Marcus Freeman's career, as it comes down to the wire, he's going to have to make a difficult decision. And from my vantage point, he's not good at doing that.
Brian, I got you jotted down on my software as good caller. Brian, good caller. So
I appreciate that, Mike. Long-time listener of everything you guys do. So thanks for taking my call, man.
All right, Brian. Thanks, man.
Yeah, you have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, just asking a lot of good questions. The whys. I don't got those answers. I don't got those answers. Good questions. Good questions. Yeah, look, I get for some people, you just are like, yay, we beat winless Miami, Ohio. Now, Miami, Ohio played Northwestern and Cincinnati. So, I mean, they, it's not like they lost to, an FCS school. It's not like they played Indiana State, but it's like, yay, we just got to be super pleased with beating a MAC team. So I didn't say Cincinnati was great, but you're at least playing somebody. They're not FCS teams. They're at least power conference teams. All right, last call here is from Eric, and then I gotta move on to some other things with my night. So Eric, what's up, bro?
All right. So
thank you for waiting a while.
Oh, yeah, no worries. So 2 questions, right? At what point, as Notre Dame fans, are we satisfied with Riley Leonard's play? Do we want him averaging 250 yards, 2 touchdowns a game? Or, I want to know what the expectation is and when we can be happy with him.
That is a good question. And it would be as well. Part of that is it's a personal preference thing, because we have some guys in our chat who are just, happy to win, to win by 1 point, or just happy if Leonard makes it to the stadium and then it's okay. And then there's others that are going to be literal perfection. 30 of 30, 900 yards, 42 passing touchdowns. I'm joking, but it's a wide spectrum. So it's more of a personal thing. Well, I'll return your question with the question, what would be what do you want to see from him?
I think the biggest thing for me, right, is be able to give the runners more lanes, right? 8 stacked boxes today, just not good. They know what's coming. They know it's a run. And so then you take tackles for loss. So, I mean, I want him to, get those lanes for the runners. I would like to see 200, 250 yards, but Notre Dame's been a run team, right? I think just through the last few years of, let's run the ball and just have, to kind of do the minimum so that we can win games. Am I off there, or is that pretty accurate of what Notre Dame football has been the last few years?
I'm sorry. Can you recap your point or what your question was?
Yeah, I think Notre Dame's, Marcus Freeman has been about dominating the lines, right? And so that means be a run team first. And so is that Notre Dame's identity? So we need to lower the expectations of, having a 300-yard game from a quarterback. Like, I just want to know what we want. I think we want to win games, but if we win games and then people aren't happy still. And so I as a fan want to know, watching that first half was so frustrating as a Notre Dame fan, because you're just like, again, this is happening again, right? And it's all on Riley Leonard that it's so frustrating.
Okay. I will say, I'm still on, the Freeman era hype train. Like I'm still on board with Freeman. I will say that. But I would not. What he says in press conferences, I really just right. The whole O-line D. We're an O-line D-line driven program. I think it's just a lot of. It's a lot of buzzwords. Like when he talks about offense, I don't think he's that involved on the offense at all. So it's like, Coach, can you evaluate your quarterback? It's like no one's asking Al Golden to talk about the receivers at Notre Dame. It's like Freeman is just not that involved on the offense. He's just not. So I will say that my personal take on it is I don't really take a whole lot of stock of what Freeman says on the offense. I just don't think the OC is like the head coach of the offense. That's kind of my take on that. I forget what I was going to say about the other parts of your statement, but going back to the original point of when are you going to be pleased with? So quarterbacks are going to all quarterbacks are going to miss throws, but Riley's missing a lot of throws. I think he can actually be really good in his progressions. Like he's shown that to be like in the pocket. He's making quick movements of that head. You can see it. So I would just ask, for some consistency. Just a little, just give me a few, give me 2 to 3 good balls downfield a game. I'd be happy with that. We don't even need complete offense. Connect on one. Maybe one was just out of reach. Maybe one, it's a contested play. Receiver, it's a 50-50 ball. Just give me a few. And then he's got to be quicker. Like the Bo Collins one that was across the field at Bogler, like a 15-yard in or something. And he was late and behind. That stuff's got to improve. And then the dump offs that he missed too in the first quarter, open receivers, just airmailing them. I don't think that that's too much to ask for. For me, those things would make me happy. And now there's not a specific stat line for that, but stay healthy. Don't fumble, right? Quarterbacks are going to throw picks. Quarterbacks are going to miss some balls. I get that. But in general, take care of the ball. Give me a few decent deep balls. Be consistent in the intermediate to short game, and stay healthy. Run the ball. That would be my thought.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like Tim says, right? We're gonna have those must wins. Do whatever you need to win games, and I think that's going to be Louisville next week.
Just 1 by 1.
I would love for him to have some attempts at those deep balls like he did today. I thought he did a lot better job of staying in the pocket, stepping up into the pocket. I'm just happy to see that from him, because the last couple of games where he just drifts off to his right, just takes his guys and just doesn't give his guys an opportunity when he does that. So I was happy to see that progress from him today.
Yeah. There was progress, 1,000%.
But we can't keep developing the senior, right? Like people keep saying, can't develop a senior. So that's kind of what I had.
Yeah, he is what he is, but that doesn't mean he can't improve as the season goes on. So develop. He is what he is. He's not going to like magically become, Quinn Ewers back there throwing the ball, but he can get better. There, I mean, you improve. Like the some of the deep throws improvements. And then, you're just going to expect him to miss throws, but, hopefully just small improvements. Take care of the football, dude. Slide here and there, dog. Run out of bounds. But running the ball, he's a huge threat.
Yeah, for sure. I'll let you go, Mike, but we didn't get to see our boy Jaden Thomas very much out there today.
Yeah, he continues to be a solid option, like consistent. Let me pull up Jaden Thomas's stats real quick. Let me see.
I don't even know if he had 10 snaps today, did he?
Did he not? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, 2 receptions, 8 yards. He's 6 for 62 on the season. I don't know, man. He's just so he's solid and dependable to me. I would like to see him get some good chemistry with Riley, but just other than Bo, there's just no flow to the passing game. Like I think Leonard trusts Collins and is going to look there, but otherwise there's not like that's why when you go and look at the receiver chart for every game, it's like got like 9 receivers catching passes. It's not as much like just a few guys because those are the dudes. It's Collins and then it's just who's the hot hand or just who happens to get schemed open or who gets the hitch or the dump off on this play. So that there's definitely not a whole lot of like rhythm to who the receivers catching the ball are. So
yeah,
but I still like Jaden Thomas. So all right, Eric, appreciate your call, man. Have a nice night.
Appreciate you, Mike. Have a good one, you too.
All right, good show. That was fun. So this is what our third call in. Oh, they've all been fun. Yeah, I agree, Bubs. I agree. It's just there's no rhythm. I don't like the fan base. I got you, Mark. I don't like the fan. It's like just so argumentative, and I get it. We're all humans. We're gonna argue, but it seems more toxic than right now, or excuse me, than usual. It seems more toxic with how much the fans are getting at each other. I don't know. John's been radio silent. John didn't go live after the game? I guess he was at the game, right? The PIs were mostly underthrown, but yeah, I mean the underthrown. Some of those underthrown balls, like it's a back, like that's the point, right? I don't know if he meant to do it on all of them. I don't think he did on the Harrison one, but like on back shoulders, you underthrow it like that for that reason. You have the DBs backs towards you. It's gonna be a PI a lot of times, so I'm okay with that, right? Man coverage, DB's backs to the ball, receiver knows where it is. You go back to the ball, it's gonna be a PI a lot. So I'm okay with that. I know, but I'm still okay with it. Like he put the ball on a chance for his receiver to make the play. You know where he didn't? Against NYU and IU. So see, no, I would disagree with this, J. Carr. Like the offense has had some. It's had some continuity. Oh, I see what you're saying. Continuity on the offensive side of the ball for 3 years. Yeah, I mean, you're getting a new quarterback every year from Book to Cone to Buckner to Hartman to Leonard. And you're going to have another new quarterback next year. So, all right, guys, please hit the thumbs up on this video. This is a lot of fun. I would love to implement a midweek call-in show, but right now I'm just kind of fitting them in where I can. So yeah, but hit the thumbs up, help support us, and if somehow you have not subscribed yet, please do that. And I don't know, maybe we'll do one this week. We shall see. Hit the thumbs up, folks. And I will catch you next time, which will be Goolsby Show tomorrow night. Don't go soft on Goolsby. I think Goolsby and I are going to be on the same page on a lot of stuff, which I don't love that I've become so pessimistic and down. I think part of it's I'm coming out of my shell a little bit more. Like I'm your big J journalist recruiting guy, but on the team side of things, I'm kind of letting them loose. I'm letting them loose now. No, I'm not hopping on the sticks, Chesty. I got to write an article and go to bed. Call-in show with Goolsby will not happen. No. Too smart. I'm too smart for that. Anyways, guys, appreciate you. And as always, we will catch you next time. Goolsby Show tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you.